Welcome to the... Fuck.
Yes, dude. That's how we
Welcome to the Meme and Die podcast. My name is Cord Gamer, joined with me, Noc.V and Muzio himself.
Hello!
Yo.
So, I guess we're three knuckleheads. We wanted to do a podcast, you know, as knuckleheads like to do these days. We're going to be podcasts focused around just covering a weekly podcast, of course, because none of us got time for daily podcasts.
We're doing this every week.
True. What are you not? What? All right, we'll talk about it later.
Okay. Beautiful start to the podcast,
man.
Here. Weekly podcast where we cover weekly news, generally gaming-ish media, I suppose, although we'll cover different topics. But today, as a pilot episode, it'll be a little bit different, a little bit of a different format. We got some introductory questions to allow you guys, the audience, to get to know us a little bit better. The questions that we all prepared for, that we all communicated about, is listing our top 5 games and why we appreciate them, and a favorite song or two, because some people in here can't just say, oh yeah, my favorite song is this, and they got to be extra and complain about needing a second song.
Or 5 or 10.
Or like a whole Spotify album of like 1,000-ish.
Yeah, that could do it.
I could. Yeah, I could do that too. You know, easily too.
Sure.
You know.
All right, but you know, I thought of this bit before. I didn't tell you guys because I wanted to keep this bit a little bit of a surprise.
Oh
but
no!
Before you know, I'm going to pitch you on the spot, Muzio. All right.
All right. Yeah.
I want you to list. I want you to list off your top 5 games.
Okay.
But I want to hear what Noc thinks your top 5 games are, and I'm going to give my guess of what your top 5 games are, and we'll do that for everybody.
Oh, that's hard.
Oh, that is rough.
Hey,
right,
it's just, just fun little bit. All right, Noc, I want you to guess.
Right, you want me to guess? Okay.
Top 5?
On the spot, right now. I'll tell you how many you get right as well.
Okay. I think Pokemon Black and White would be on there.
Nope, it's not.
No. Oh, VR Chat's definitely on there.
Nope.
What?
I hate
Are you
that
shitting me?
I hate that game. Has like 1,000 hours in it.
Oh my god.
There's better games out there.
There's got to be some Legend of Zelda games on there.
There is, yeah.
I don't know. Ocarina of Time?
No.
All right, I'll give you one more game you can guess. I think you've guessed 4 at this point.
One more game I could guess.
Yeah.
You got 2 pretty easy.
It feels like you put me more on the spot than you did Muzio.
Yeah, no, right?
Well, don't worry. Everyone will get their time on the spot.
Come on, Noc. There's like one easy one you can get.
What? Jet Set Radio?
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, yeah. Okay. I would not have guessed Jet Set Radio. That was a good one.
Oh, dude, I love that game. It's so much fun.
All right, so I guess I'm cheating here a little bit. It's Breath of the Wild's definitely got to be on it.
Yeah, that's the number one.
Yeah. Siege is probably going to be on that.
No, actually.
Actually, I'm going to guess a Pokemon game of some sort because I don't.
You got to get more specific. You got to get more specific than that.
Dude, I don't know Pokemon games.
I've talked about this a trillion times. I've talked about this game.
I'm not a Nintendo nerd.
Is it X and Y?
This game. No.
Is it Pokemon?
That is up there.
Is it Pokemon Ruby on Rails?
What are you talking about? No.
All right.
Don't worry, I got that one.
It's a Pokemon. Okay. Yeah, I don't care. It's some sort of Pokemon game. I'm going to guess a Final Fantasy game.
No, actually, surprisingly.
Really?
No.
All right.
My top games.
Suspense. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
My top games are number 1, Breath of the Wild. Number 2, Jet Set Radio. Number 3, Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Number 4, Beat Saber. Number 5, Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I loved that game as a kid. I still have a cartridge with like 398 hours of that game. Oh yeah, baby. I loved that game. Breath of the Wild, Jet Set Radio are mainly up there because of their soundtracks, but also they pair really well with the game, and the games are fun. And like, I don't know, Jet Set Radio, it's like, I'm still warming up to it, but the more that I play it, the more like fun I have with it. So it's been really nice. Black Ops 2, I love it for the campaign and just because it's a solid COD game. Beat Saber literally changed like the entire VR industry and like music games and stuff like that. Like nobody knew how to make a good VR like rhythm game until Beat Saber came out. So I admire that, and also it's a heck of a lot of fun. So there you go.
Yeah,
now I want to put you on the spot, Cord. Unexpected, out of left field again.
Oh,
and
really?
I'm gonna try and guess your top 5 games.
Oh, okay. It's not all right.
You've definitely got Call of Duty Black Ops 2 up there.
Nope.
Dang it. Undertale?
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh, I knew it. Okay. No, I'm really not sure. That one, LA Noire?
Nope. No.
Portal 2?
No.
What? Okay, dang. Shoot, I don't even know what to guess for a 5th.
When did you take me as a Portal 2 nerd? We literally played it the other night, and I told you I haven't finished the game.
Yeah, but it's a fun game. I don't know.
How is that going to make it on my top 5? How is that going to make it on my top 5? All right, you got one more guess. You got one more guess.
Okay, Rainbow Six Siege. Damn.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Noc. Well, I guess what do you think my top 5 games are?
You got to have Undertale in there. I honestly completely forgot about that game. Because I almost would even put that on my favorite list. But yeah, definitely Rainbow Six.
Yep.
Ooh, this is hard because I don't really know much in terms of what games you play. Would you put Doki Doki Literature Club on it?
Ooh.
I will say that would probably be 6. That would probably be my 6.
So it didn't make the cut.
It didn't make the cut. No, it was an honorable mention. I struggled with that one. I really did. That game's grown on me so much. I hate it.
Okay, can you give me a hand here? Are there any Call of Duty games on there?
Yes, there's one.
Oh,
I would be surprised if you guessed this one.
Oh, okay.
I would be surprised if you guessed this one.
Was it like Ghosts or something?
Hell no, I haven't even played that.
Okay. World at War?
No.
Okay,
which one is it?
Something.
All right, so my top 5 games, I'll list them off and then I'll explain each of them why. Undertale is undoubtedly my favorite video game of all time. And then underneath, in no particular order, you got Bioshock. Rainbow Six Siege. Halo 3 and Modern Warfare 2. Y'all forgot I was a Halo nerd.
Wait, Modern Warfare 2, like the new one or the old one?
No, Modern Warfare 2 is the old one from like 2009 to 2010. Yeah.
That's right. I forgot.
Yeah. Undertale, undoubtedly one of the best video games ever created, not only from the soundtrack to the touching story to the plot to the meta-ness. It's just an amazing game, 10 out of 10 experience. If any of y'all listening to this have never played Undertale, go do yourself a favor. Bioshock, I would put there. It is my favorite first-person shooter single-player game ever. It has such an amazing and interesting story with unique motifs and riffs of the first-person shooter genre, all while in an underwater dystopian Atlantis-type city. It's just a super fun game to play through. Makes you think, too. Rainbow Six Siege is one of the most deep and competitive multiplayer games out there. Played it for over 1,200 hours at this point. Jesus Christ, that's where my life is gone.
Oh my god.
And while I didn't get to grow up with Halo, I started playing Halo games as soon as they started coming out on PC, and I've enjoyed each and every one of them. Halo 3 has got to be my favorite in terms of multiplayer. Its story is pretty good too, but the multiplayer is what I put my most time in. And then Modern Warfare 2 is my favorite Call of Duty in the whole series because it has the most well-rounded out campaign and multiplayer, in my opinion. I feel like the campaign and the multiplayer both just scream out stereotypical COD and does it in just such a fantastic fashion to where even 10 years from now, or 10 years later after it's been released, I will force myself to play it, even with dealing with hackers, just because it's so goddamn fun.
See, I feel the same way, but with Black Ops 2. But to be fair, I've never played Modern Warfare, so...
Modern Warfare 2 is more Call of Duty than Black Ops 2, in my opinion.
Really? Huh.
it's just more. It focuses more on the explosiveness and the bombastic and the fast pacedness of the combat.
But see, that's like my least favorite part. I feel like Black Ops 2 hits like a good little middle ground between not too fast, but still pretty fast.
You haven't played Modern Warfare 2.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Fair enough. Whatever. Jeez.
All right, so time. I'm gonna guess what Nock's favorite games are. This is honestly not exactly sure. I'm gonna guess there's probably 2 different boomer shooters up there. I'm gonna guess one of them is Unreal Tournament.
Which one?
Probably the first one.
Incorrect.
Okay, 2004 then.
Correct.
There you go. What else? I'm gonna guess there's one other boomer shooter out there. I don't know the list of boomer shooters. Maybe like a Quake or something. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna guess a Pokemon game.
That is correct.
You need to stop just saying a Pokemon game.
I don't know Pokemon games.
At least say
I don't
one
know
of
Pokemon games.
You need to at least say like,
Ruby on
maybe
Rails. Pokemon Ruby on Rails.
That's not even a thing. Dude.
It's a developer joke.
Yeah. The funny thing is, it's technically the same as Museo's. Just the boomer version of it.
Oh shit! Hey, let's go.
I don't know Pokemon. You're talking
Gold.
to the wrong
Pokemon Gold, baby.
I don't know Pokemon.
We're taking over Sinnoh and Johto, baby.
I'm gonna guess Black Ops 2
Correct.
is on your list.
Correct.
And then DDLC is on your list.
No, it's not.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Muzio, you got to guess here. Got to guess. What's on the list for Noc?
Well, I feel like we hit a bunch of his, but I know that DDR is up there. DDR's got to be up there.
In a way. So
I forgot about DDR.
It's one of the versions of DDR, right?
No. So there's a shit ton of backstory on this, but essentially it is the same game as DDR, but it's called In the Groove.
Okay.
It's made by a different company. It's not made by Konami. In fact, actually, Konami sued this company over it and ended up inheriting their intellectual property.
It's called RDD.
It's called In the Groove or ITG.
Oh, okay.
And in fact, some arcades, like if you go to arcades, you can find this machine still around. It's just not that popular. It's just a much better, 4-panel dance game as opposed to DDR.
I also feel like going off one of the boomer shooter things, I feel like either Quake, like the first one, or Duke Nukem 3D is on your favorite.
I never really played Duke Nukem 3D.
Dang it!
Now, Quake could be on there, but there is another boomer shooter that was resurrected that is on my list, but it's like I couldn't narrow it down to 5. I've got 6.
Do tell. Tell the whole list.
Doom.
Yeah.
Okay. So the old Doom game back from, was it like 1994? Absolutely amazing game. I absolutely love it. I also have VR chat on here.
Oh
wow! Whoa!
That's okay. Your favorite shit.
Okay.
Damn.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not like it's not a game that has like any specific goal. It's not a story. It's just it is just a social game. But I've never experienced anything like it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to put it up there on my list because honestly, it would be like number 7 on my list probably.
Because in some ways it doesn't really count as a game, but
yeah. Like, if I just got in there and I'm, like, all alone for the entire time that I'm in there, I could still have fun, but, like, not as much fun. And there's, like, less of a point.
Right.
Like, on your own,
guys,
if you play, it's like,
I want to change my list. Twitter's now my favorite game.
Oh, shut up. Okay, buddy. Anyway, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead and continue with the list.
That was all of it.
Really?
That's it. Unreal Tournament 2004.
So wait. Oh, wait. What? I forgot Black Ops was. Okay, so your total list was Unreal Tournament, the original Doom.
Yep.
DDR ripoff, spinoff, better version of it.
Yep.
Pokemon Gold, and then VR chat.
Yes.
Wow. I wouldn't have guessed VR chat.
What a striking list.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, like, I feel like I've missed games that definitely have even more of an impact on my life than these games.
Like Black Ops 2.
Well, Black Ops 2 is in there.
Yeah.
Oh, it was? It was on your list?
Yeah. Like I did say I did have 6 games on my list.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so he's cheating.
Okay.
So
he cheated.
Cheater,
I would say
pumpkin eater.
I would say Doom probably wouldn't have made the cut.
Dang. That's crazy.
Dang, bro.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
You're out here balling. All right. So the next official question is, what is a favorite song or two? Muzio. I'm not even gonna force y'all to guess because I feel like that's just way too out there. Muzio, what's a favorite song or two if you need to?
Okay. Well, my first one is a very recent development. It's called What a Life by Jarvan Thief. It's like really, like, a lot of people don't know about it, but it's a really like touching song. It's about like life and like, what if you take a turn to the left versus to the right whenever you're going home? Like, what if you just don't go home one night and you just go live your life with your floor on a gas pedal and you just go? It's like really, like, it was really touching. I was like, that's like it was like really like it made me contemplate my life and stuff, and it really touched me, you know? So I put it on there because it's nice, and like that whole album's really good too. And the next one is, of course, MF Doom's Doomsday. That song is super cool. I absolutely love that song. That was like one of the songs that got me into like old school hip hop and like that whole kind of sound. So had to go on there.
It's kind of funny that you've got this song that's like brimming with meaning, and like literally one of my songs is the most stupidest, meaningless songs ever.
Can I take a guess at what one of your favorites is, Noc? Because I think I know.
I don't think you would. But
is it by Searle? Is one of them by Searle?
No, I actually don't have any hardcore songs.
Oh, shoot. Then I don't know. Go for it.
So I have one song that's probably, above this song, but obviously Porter Robinson and Maddie and Shelter.
Ooh, good.
So
that's a
that
good
song,
pick.
In a way, it does have a story. If you've seen the anime music video for it, it's absolutely incredibly touching. But Meow by Anna Managuchi.
Ooh, huge.
It's more to do with the sonic aspects of it, as well as even to an extent, some songs even have a visual aesthetic to them, kind of like with Vaporwave. But with this specific song, there's this strange kind of 90s video game arcade feel to it. And in fact, I'm pretty sure the video was set in like an arcade, and it's incredibly fun to listen to, incredibly reminiscent of those kind of sounds. And it's just absolutely amazing.
Cord, you want to spill the beans as to your two favorite songs?
My two favorite songs. I'd be surprised if you guessed. Okay, first one, I don't think any of y'all would guess. But
wait. Can I guess who it's by?
Sure.
It's by either Toby Fox or the guy who wrote the Doom soundtrack, Mitch, whatever his name.
Mick Gordon.
That's Mick Gordon. I would say my second favorite song, which is kind of my alternate favorite song, is a Toby Fox song, but not my first.
Okay.
It's gonna be my favorite, probably one of my favorite songs, if not my favorite, would have to be "Crazy Train" by Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, wow. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd have like a classic rock, classic metal song.
Yeah,
dude, of course, yeah. I love classic rock and classic metal in particular. That's just my vibe. And then I literally have 3 different vibes with my music. It's either rock of some type, or the Undertale soundtrack, or 21 Pilots soundtrack. But we don't talk about 21 Pilots. We'll focus on the Undertale. I feel like it was really hard to come down to this one, because I feel like all the songs in the Undertale soundtrack, well, not all of them, but
no, the whole soundtrack, it's just like bangers, or just like make you feel some. It's all good.
Yeah.
No partiality between the songs, but I think my favorite would have to be Spider Dance, because that just one is just such a bop. Such a bop.
True.
I enjoy it every time I listen to it.
Oh my god. That reminds me of this one time. I was singing Spider Dance while like doing some work in my garage, and my little brother, like he like walks into the garage and he knows what I'm singing, and so he just like starts like really loudly like screaming. He's like, like right up in my ear, and he scares the shit out of me. I jumped like 3 feet high, and it was the worst experience of my life because I was just vibing, doing work, and all of a sudden I got this annoying little. It was so like I was caught off guard. It was the worst.
That sounds very unfortunate. Unfortunately, none of my siblings have played Undertale yet. I bought Undertale for my brother next one down, whom I'm probably closest to, and I've been trying to force him to play, and I think he's gotten a little bit in, and it's now almost September. It's had it for 10 months, almost barely touched it. Oh wow. We'll get it. Well, I'll get it to him eventually.
I just love how you like constantly preach the gospel of Undertale.
Oh, I really do.
Oh yeah,
that game's. It really is.
It's
though.
a good game, though.
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have played it. Like I did play it originally. I did play it originally because I've heard a lot about it, and like I played just maybe like the first half hour to an hour of it, and like I didn't understand what the hype was about, and I just couldn't get like hooked into it. And Cord, you were just like, no, you're missing out. Like you're not grasping the power of the story. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it a second shot. And man, I was blown away.
It is just such. I feel like it just. There's only 2 types of people. There's people before playing Undertale and people after playing Undertale. It just gives you a completely different outlook on life. It really does. I feel like more appreciative of things now.
Oh my god!
I can kind of see it
like this life-changing experience, dude. It's a video
Cole's
game.
Gonna start a cult. Cole's going to start an Undertale cult.
The Undertale cult. No, dude.
Kind of like the cult of personality, but the cult of Undertale.
Oh my god!
Cord is actually the real world incarnation of Frisk.
Oh my god, no.
Let's go.
No.
Everyone talks about Ness being Sans, but what happens when Cord is actually Frisk?
Dude, no. All right, can we move on to my weird questions that I have for the week?
All right, so for the context of the audience,
no, let me introduce my section. Can I introduce my section?
I'll let you deal with your section in a minute. All right,
Okay,
all right.
fine.
So just for the context of the audience, we all have a Google Doc. We have podcast notes here. All right, we decided for the first episode we would do those 2 sections, and then we would each come up with like one piece of news to talk about for the podcast. And so I don't touch these podcast notes for like a whole, 5 days. Because like I'm a busy man. I got schoolwork to do. And then I log into them Friday and I see just 30 different questions of like more get to know you questions. It was just like, I know Noc didn't do it. And I certainly haven't done it. So there only must be one other person in this group.
The wild card.
That would pit down questions like
can I just read the first one
about literally anything.
Can I read the first one?
Sorry, the first one would have been better as that joke, but oh well. Punchline this. Go ahead.
This was a okay. So I'm just gonna ask the question. All right, okay, and then I'll explain myself. But the first question is: did you used to think that the moon was made of cheese as a kid? Just go, everybody, go.
Who the hell?
Exactly. Like, I had to do a double take. On that one. I was just like,
okay. Let me explain though. Okay, so
and I thought flat earthers were bad.
Oh my god, shut up, dude. Okay, listen. So here's what messed me up. There was an episode of Wallace and Gromit, just like like a claymation kind of show, like a really old show. And in one of the episodes, they get launched up. I think I can't even remember who's Wallace and who is Gromit, but the dog. He gets launched into space and onto the moon. Or no, maybe it was both of them. I can't remember. But they get launched to the moon, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's made of cheese, Gromit!" Like that's where that comes from. And then they fly back down after they like harvest the moon cheese, and then it turns out it's like not moon cheese or something, like I don't even know. But like for the longest time I was like, the moon is made of cheese. It just makes sense for some reason. There's holes in the moon, there's holes in cheese. It just makes sense. The moon's made of cheese.
Wallace and Gromit isn't the only place that that kind of myth is portrayed, but at the same time, it's like I've seen it in like children's books and stuff, like as a kid, but I'd never actually thought that. It was always just it was almost kind of like a primitive meme that the moon was cheese, but never actually thought it.
As a small child, I was fully convinced that the moon was made of cheese.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's the first question down. The second question is tell us some recent events in your life. I don't really know what I had in store for this question. These were kind of like I wrote these down in the spur of the moment. So probably something traumatic or crazy happened to me when I wrote this down, but I don't remember what the actual event was. So
like we're going to talk about traumatic things on this podcast.
I mean, we could if you really, really want to.
If you not on the first episode.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, fair.
Let's go with the no.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. All right. Next question was: did you have any childhood pets? Personally, I'm gonna go with this one first. I had a lot. I had like 3 cats, 2 dogs, and we didn't have all these like all at once. This is just like a record. We had like 3 cats, 2 dogs, probably like 4 fish, 2 sugar gliders, or there's another like honey bears. I think they're also called. What else we had? We had a bunch of parakeets. We had some lizards. I think that's it. Oh no, we also had a turtle who I really liked. I think that's all though. Cord, how about you?
Chickens.
Oh, nice.
Dude,
and siblings.
That's awesome.
And siblings. Siblings are your pets.
Oh my god.
Listen,
a little weird.
Listen, they weren't pets, but the amount of care and dedication that you had to put forth as the oldest of 7. Oldest of 8. I had 7 younger. The oldest of 8. They're almost like taking care of a couple pets every once in a while. You know, it felt like that.
Oh my god.
Sometimes. Certain seasons of life. How about you, Noc?
Actually had a lot of pets growing up. So when I was young, I don't really remember too much about this one particular pet. We had a lot of cats. When I was young, we had a cat that was just called Puss Puss. Then we had a black cat called Minty. So we had. I'm trying to think of all the cats we had. We had Tupac and Mozart.
Yo, in the same roof?
After those 2 other cats had passed, we ended up inheriting 2 other cats, Tupac and Mozart. Yep, at the same time.
Under the same roof? That album must have been crazy.
Tupac and Mozart on God? Let's go.
That would have been unbelievably hard.
And I'm trying to think of the other cats that we had. I know we had a cat called Topaz. I can't remember.
Aww.
There was a cat called Ginger. I'm pretty sure there were other cats, but I can't remember their names. But we did also have a dog for a while, and he was a Tibetan Spaniel, and we called him Tibby.
Tibby! That's a cute name.
Aww, that's
I like that.
cute. All right, Museo, for the sake of time, I don't think we have enough time to go through all of these questions, so I will allow you to pick one more question we can all go through. Maybe we can make it a weekly thing to where we just answer a random question about ourselves and talk about it, and that'll be the opening of our podcast.
Yeah.
Something like that. But nevertheless, pick one more off this list.
Shoot, I'm between the last 2. I'm looking at them.
So you should just go with the last one. Just go with the last one.
I'm thinking about going with the last one, which is, what do you think is the best bending in Avatar: The Last Airbender? Personally, I think it's fire. Do I have any opposition?
You can't just say such a bold statement like that and go, yeah, that's it. You can't just go, the world is a square.
What's your reasoning?
My reasoning is that a lot of, like, if you think about it, a lot of machinery is powered by fire, like steam and stuff like that. And yeah, sure, you could argue like water benders and like steam engines and all that, but like you gotta have the heating element in order to make a steam engine function. Therefore, making firebenders one of the most practical forms of bending around there. Like in an industrial sense, it just makes they're the best. And at a convenience sake, imagine being able to light a candle all the way across the room, or like just like singeing like if you want to get somebody's attention, just like send a little fireball at them and just like little like just get their attention or something. And you will
kids don't try this at home, but when you want to get your attention of mommy, you just send her over a quick fireball. That'll get her attention. The burn on the cheek.
It would work, dude. It would work.
It'll get your mother's attention. She will hang up the phone for you.
Imagine the class pranks whenever you're in school. You just like set the paper bin on fire. Be crazy, and then the teacher could just like take it out in an instant. Be like, "Oh, these kids." It would be crazy. Our world would be so different. It would be insane.
Or you had that crazy teacher from like The Incredibles who's like, "Coincidence? I think not." That kid in the back snapped his fingers 15 times.
Okay, well, what do you think is the best bending then, Cord?
It's totally got to be wind, bro. Wind is just too OP. Wind is too OP. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Talk about you can just blow everything. If you want to talk about production, you don't need a fire. You need the wheels of industry to be turned.
I don't need to bend air in order to blow everything.
Saw that coming a mile away, man. You just left that way too open.
Go on.
Listen, man, we're trying to keep this fucking podcast fucking family friendly. Could you please stop with the innuendos?
Since when?
It's going to be really family friendly.
Family friendly.
That was it was.
Man, I don't.
Dude, I just
this is the most family fucking friendly podcast this is.
Show this to your fucking grandparents. All right. I'm gone. It's got to be wind because it's just. Wind literally is the counter to everything.
No. What are the practical applications? Like planes
wind
and
is
stuff,
everywhere.
maybe?
Wind is everywhere. Like, just literally anything. Literally anything. You need a train. You need a train to go forward on a track. Just blow it forward. You need the wheels. You
would need like 13 people to do that. That's a heavy train.
You just need one powerful. You just need one powerful windbender. You know?
No.
I mean, couldn't you theoretically do the same shit with
the
fire?
Average person? Yeah, exactly. You could. No, actually, you could get the engine moving with fire. I don't know what you mean. You could fire that shit up. That'd be a better solution.
Whatever.
It can be a self-contained jet engine.
Wind is still better.
Oh my god.
Wind is better.
Wind is not better. Noc, what do you think?
So, like, I haven't seen any of Avatar.
Oh, nah. We canceled the podcast. Nah.
All right, guys. This is a wonderful pilot episode. However, because we ran out of funding, we will not be able to continue. It has been a lovely time for getting to know y'all.
Play the outro.
Yeah, outro play now.
Imagine.
Imagine. For real, tell us so.
So, like, I feel like I need some kind of context here. Like,
okay, for the context, there's 4 different types of bending in the Avatar: The Last Airbender series. You can either bend earth, water, air, or fire.
Okay, so I assumed that much. What does bending mean?
It means you can like control it. Like you can move. Like waterbenders can move water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like think of like Jedi, but of different elements. Basically.
Yeah. I'm honestly kind of thinking more a little bit, I guess, capitalistic here, but like I feel like earthbending could be really, really useful in terms of making money.
See, earthbending is my second. I'm not gonna lie. Earthbending is really useful. But like at the end of the day, I still feel like fire wins.
Maybe.
Because while you throw rocks at me, I will burn your feet. I will scorch the earth you stand on.
All right, beautiful. So glad we could wrap that debate up. That air is just the best. Air is just the best bending possible. Now we will get onto the news for our first topic. I will let the man, the myth, the legend, Noc.V himself give his dissertation on this wonderful topic of OnlyFans.
But you can't even spell dissertation.
Do it right now, man. Do it.
Listen, I'm gonna have to log into Grammarly real quick. Give me just one hot second, boys and girls.
Oh my god!
It's like I almost feel like this is kind of becoming old news already because it's already the
I spelled it wrong. Fuck.
Fucking idiot.
Listen, at least I admitted it. Here, take two.
No, you don't get
Don't try again. You've already fucking failed.
Also, to speak to the fact that this...
I missed the T!
Oh my god, this idiot spelled it wrong. Oh no.
I don't care.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Context.
I don't care.
We need to disclaim this, all right? So this news is it's kind of outdated, but it got outdated within the week, so we kind of ran with it. This episode's being recorded on the 29th of August, 2021. So, take it or leave it. I mean, it's interesting to talk about nonetheless. Yeah. It's crazy.
Already, I think it was literally 2 or 3 days ago, the news broke that kind of everything flipped around, but we'll go through the entire thing. So
yeah.
We're essentially talking about OnlyFans here, and the fact that they were planning to ban any kind of sexual content, which is interesting, but considering that is 98% of their platform.
Is that an official number, or is that a bloated number?
I don't think it's an official number, but 98 seems kind of low to me.
98, I feel like 90 would be more accurate.
You really think
because
so?
It is a lot.
I just...
Okay, the real question is, have you ever ran into an OnlyFans page that wasn't sexual?
No.
Dude, I'm thinking more like a 99.999. They cut themselves down at their own feet.
Oh.
Yeah,
actually, wait, didn't Ben Shapiro's sister have an OnlyFans that wasn't sexual?
Oh, God.
I feel like this was a thing.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that was a thing.
That's hilarious. So yeah.
Of course, Ben Shabibo would. His sister.
No, his sister.
Bad. His sister. The Shabibo name.
Shabibo.
Continue, please.
So essentially what happened was OnlyFans decided to say, we're going to be phasing out banning this content in October. And the excuse that they gave was that their payment providers, the businesses and banks that they used for processing payouts to the individuals, was pretty much saying, we can't support this kind of content. And there's a lot of kind of conspiracy as to why that happened. But in general, the financial industry has always been pretty against sex positive sex worker markets.
Because they're pussies.
You could say that. So
family fucking friendly.
Shut up.
There's nothing family friendly about this right now. So one of the ways that because I've always been a big proponent of cryptocurrencies. I always thought it would be really good to get the power out of the banks and into the people by using cryptocurrencies for this kind of platform, and it would be possible. And a lot of people have mentioned that in regards to what's happening with OnlyFans, or what happened with OnlyFans. But the issues with that were that cryptocurrencies have a lot of issues with fees, and the fees can tend to be pretty substantial. So a lot of people kind of burn money just by moving money around with crypto because of the massive, cost of the fees. Some cryptocurrencies try to alleviate that, but they're not really in the mainstream yet.
I mean, you know what I say? If you're willing to burn money on paying for your porn and not just going to Pornhub, you might as well burn a little extra in crypto fees. You know what I mean?
Because the internet, there's a lot of free material out there, is what I'm going to call it, because I think that's funny.
And that's true, but there is a market for kind of niche material, custom material.
Yeah.
And there are people, amateur people, that are more than willing to provide, I guess.
Yeah. And there's also free content versus a paid for content. There's also a quality level that's going to be very different, or just other stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
one of the things that happened was, and this was kind of a something that happened with Pornhub previously, was that there is I guess I want to say hyper-religious, but I don't really know that that's the case. But there are a very puritanical, very anti-pornography group called Exodus Cry. And when things happened with Pornhub, they were marketing themselves to sex workers in a way to say that Pornhub needed better regulation against things like, you know, revenge porn, I guess, you know, sex trafficking as well, and other things.
Which, to be fair, unless I'm just completely in the dark about some certain aspects of all this stuff that happened with Pornhub a few months ago, I'm totally in favor of what happened with Pornhub.
Yeah,
of regulating the porn so that stuff like CP and like revenge porn and stuff like that doesn't get circulated around on a free platform.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So this Exodus Cry group essentially got a ton of funding from people on both sides of the spectrum, from people who were in sex positive industries, as well as, you know, people who were the puritanical anti-porn people. And they put themselves out there as if they were in favor of, you know, doing what the people in the sex industry wanted. But what they essentially did was they pressured Visa and MasterCard into not dealing with Pornhub, and they essentially got their payment provider cancelled.
Interesting.
So now Pornhub does go with an external payment provider, but now I guess one of the good things that happened out of that was now Pornhub only allows verified users, and there is like a third-party platform, I think called Yoti, that actually verifies users, make sure that they're real people, make sure that their content is being uploaded with consent of them, which is a very good step forward. But it does kind of suck for them. The conspiracy is that this group, Exodus Cry, did the exact same thing to OnlyFans and essentially targeted their banks, telling their banks, hey, we've got a lot of support, a lot of money, we're going to fund lobbying against the banks to essentially stop doing business with OnlyFans. And that seemed to have worked for a while.
But, you know, all of this information was very credible and reliable, and we were ready to go into deep discussion about all of it until OnlyFans decided to go, yeah, we reneging on that one. Don't worry, everything's right as rain.
Yeah,
Forget about our October 1st deadline.
Oh, yeah. They went back on everything.
This had an incredible amount of backlash on the internet. There are a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, it's actually kind of interesting because, like, there are people that I know, people that I'm friends with on Facebook who, after this, you know, whole thing went down, I had no idea they were actually, you know, they produce content for OnlyFans. Yeah, I mean, this whole controversy has had a lot of negative effects for people because there are a lot of people who are able to at least supplement their paychecks with a considerable amount of money, or actually even make it their full-time job. And it's kind of crap that, you know, some people have had their entire livelihood threatened by this group of people who just dislike porn.
Well, we don't know what actually happened because your original theory of what had happened seems to be completely disavowed, as all the credit card companies are fine and OnlyFans is just going to be operating back to normal. So in reality, I don't think anyone except people in OnlyFans know what really happened.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any proof.
This wasn't confirmed or anything, was it?
Yeah, none of this Exodus Cry stuff.
At least in the case of what happened with Pornhub, yes, it is confirmed, it is proven.
Well, yeah, but that is arguably today and now. It
has arguably had positive effects on them, but for OnlyFans, not so much.
Yeah, there's no idea of what happened with OnlyFans, but nevertheless, they were gone. No one, including myself, was going to have no money to spend to no cam girl, but now all of a sudden we are free to get ripped off and get free, very nice content again.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you're not getting ripped off if you're getting very nice content. That's exactly what you're paying for.
Well, yeah. Well, apparently they completely backflipped on this decision. I'm guessing once they realized the fallout of what the hell this was going to do to their business, because they are essentially not going to have any money anymore if everybody leaves their platform. They apparently had assurances from their banking providers that it wasn't going to be an issue anymore. So everybody's happy.
It was literally like watching an anthill that you like step on. And like all the little ants like come out and go crazy for like 3 or 4 days while this was all going on.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden everything was just calm. It was crazy. Like I haven't seen the internet like get this riled up about something in like a while.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Yeah, it's been quite a few months. Almost
like 9 months.
Yeah, almost like 9 months. Ever since Call Me Carson disappeared from YouTube, and then decided to appear again.
We're talking about it. Oh shit.
Nice transition there. Thank you very much. Sponsorships take note. I can do smooth transitions, baby.
They're not smooth if you talk about them.
Shut up, Noc. Let him talk.
You know what? Hush your mouth. Anyways, I think that was a beautiful segue into our next piece of news is Call Me Carson's return. After almost 9 months of silence, Call Me Carson, or I'm just going to refer to him as Carson, came back with kind of an apology video. As a quick summary for those of you who may have forgotten or just didn't follow it, Call Me Carson's a big Minecraft-ish YouTuber.
He's just a big name in the YouTube scene.
Yeah, big name in the YouTube scene. He's grown popular over the past 2-3 years. And it was released publicly in January that Carson, as a 19-year-old, had been sexting and grooming a 17-year-old fan. It included trading photos and stuff like that. The quote-unquote apology video didn't actually include actual apology. It seemed more of that he wanted to move on from this whole situation. And it was more of like, it seemed from the video that he kind of felt bad, but he just didn't want to like give an apology for some reason.
Right.
He just kind of wanted to move on. And in light of that, he wants to try and turn the situation into a good situation by he's going to be picking up streaming again on his Twitch platform. And for the next year, donating all profits from his YouTube and Twitch, I suppose, to a different charity every month.
Yeah. I honestly, I have very mixed feelings about that video because like I really was wanting him to like make like an actual apology and go like more into detail about things. But on the other hand, I know it's a personal matter and like we don't need to know, like it's his life, all that kind of stuff. But like, I don't know. I just feel like he should have said a little bit more because people are still going to be pretty mad with him when he makes his comeback. Like people are going to be asking like crazy, even though he asks like, hey guys, please don't talk about this. Like people are going to ask anyways. Like,
well, I think
it's great. I think it's great that he's doing the charity stuff though.
Oh,
I just wish that we would have gotten more closure on the situation.
What I think is kind of like, I get it, but I think first off, I don't think Carson could have said literally anything and people would still be bugging him from years to come. Just because that's how the internet. So I don't think saying or making a more dramatized apology video would have changed anything in that regard. Second off, the kid's 19. Think about that. He's our age.
Yeah, true.
And this kid's over here making millions on YouTube. Maybe not millions, but close enough. And having to deal with all of the stress of being a content creator and making YouTube videos and doing Twitch streams and all that jazz. And then like, that wasn't his only debacle last year. He had a whole big thing with his girlfriend too, or whatever, with his cheating girlfriend and all that stuff. I don't remember half that stuff. I just remember he was innocent in that stuff. But that kid's been through a lot.
Yeah. Dude, oh my God. Like I'm thinking about my life right now and I'm just like, if I had like legal trouble and like all this cancel culture shit on me as well, oh fuck. That's a lot. That's a whole fucking lot.
And I'm not saying, look, I don't want to have anyone take me out of context saying that I'm completely defending Carson. I'm not. I don't think you should be sexting fans like that because even if even if it's in a quote unquote, like, I feel like maintaining a quote unquote pure relationship in that sense is hard as you're a YouTuber and you're going to be a bigger person than the other person. So thus you're always going to have somewhat sort of popular sway over them to somewhat manipulate them, whether you intentionally are doing it or not. I think you should have been definitely a lot more mindful of that. But I'm just saying to have some sympathy on the kid. Like this, he's not even a full-grown adult yet.
I mean, at 19 years old, how do you navigate those kind of relationships while taking into account the power dynamic? Like, how do you do that without abusing it, I guess?
I really don't know.
I mean, there is
or at least
a way
without the perception of it being abused.
Yeah. Like there is a way, but like he's inexperienced, he's young, and like he just doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, honestly, like
yeah, he could have. If I didn't actually see the video, but if he could have actually apologized for the power dynamic issue, I think a lot of people could have gotten over it.
Yeah, that's why I'm still kind of like, I don't know. I really do like his content on the one hand, but on the other hand, like, I really wish he would have like said something more, I guess. Like if he had at least like acknowledged it a little more than, I don't know, whatever else we've had for the last 9 months, which has just been a cloud of mystery and accusations and stuff. Like, I don't know. Very mixed feelings about that whole situation.
Yeah, a lot of celebrities tend to not hit the mark when it comes to apologies.
Yeah, but then again, you have to remember they're human, just like Cord said. He's 19 years old.
Yeah,
he's human. I mean, he's free. He's gonna make mistakes.
19 is definitely not that mature, but he had 9 months to come up with a decent apology.
Right, and I'm sure he had other people that were like above him, like trying to like counsel him and like tell him like maybe what would be some good advice on how to get back into this and stuff like that. Possibly. So I don't know. It just doesn't.
I think at the end of the day,
it feels weird.
Yeah, it feels a little weird, but at the end of the day, it's none of our business.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's, in all actuality, just a content creator. Content creators don't have to share their personal life. And, I mean, I'm assuming... I don't think there was any legal repercussions for all of that. But
I don't know, but just, like, the danger of it. Like, that would psych me out if it was me. I'd be like, oh, God.
Yeah, but nevertheless, I hope that he's learned his lesson... And I, for one, will be glad to see his YouTube videos pop up again in my feed.
Yeah, I'll be happy to have him back, for sure.
I need a DeviantArt Part 5.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. All right, so do we want to talk about... Cord, do you want to talk about one of your points, or should I talk about one of my points? Because I only have one other thing on here.
I'll let you go with your point.
Okay, so my point, kind of a smaller thing, honestly, but Nintendo shut down another Smash tournament this past week. Riptide Super Smash Bros.
You're kidding! Yeah. Not Nintendo shutting down a Smash tournament.
Bro, I'm so fucking pissed at Nintendo for doing this, dude.
Why do they do this?
People have their fun. For legal reasons, because they're like, oh, they're using the Super Smash Bros. Name and it's like not approved by us, and they're holding tournaments that aren't approved by. They're being, I hate it, man.
Okay, so I watched. It was a completely separate video about just I can't remember who did it. It was about like something about like the cult of Nintendo. It was a really well done video about just the history of Nintendo, and I think the guy at the very end made an interesting fact. So Nintendo was kind of born out of this weird period in older game history to where like the games industry was basically dying because any popular like game would have a ton of different watered down copycats that weren't as good. And so Nintendo came in and was like, okay, our games are going to have our seal of approval and they're going to meet this sort of quality. And that's what kind of saved the gaming industry, and that's why Nintendo games are the way they are. Like, there are very, very few bad Nintendo games. There are maybe some Nintendo games that you don't prefer, but all of them work on a very functional level and provide very engaging and interesting experiences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't say that about a lot of other companies. But and like, so I think that almost archaic stature of anything that has to do with our name has to meet a certain standard is really killing off things like the modding of their games or the
it also kills off the entire games. It kills the competitive like side of things that's not
absolutely
Nintendo directed, like because there's local tournaments that still happen no matter what Nintendo says, like all the time. Like literally, I bet I could find one that's going to happen during this month in my city right now, and there's going to be nothing to do with Nintendo about the tournament. And even if Nintendo comes in and shuts it down, there's probably going to be somebody else hosting something else, like in a different location, like somewhere else, and just, like it won't kill it. So it's not helping Nintendo at all to like shut it down. And if they embraced it, then they would have like an esports like thing come out of it, which would be profitable. Like it would be sick. Have you seen how many people love to watch like Melee? It's insane. There's a lot of people watching Melee. I don't remember how many people were watching the past what was it, Summit? Or no, not Summit. Was it Summit? Okay.
I think it was Summit. Yeah, I think Summit's the Smash thing.
It was over like 10,000, I think, maybe 20,000. It was a lot of people. I was like, ay. But they didn't shut that one down. But like they shut down this small little tournament. And like, come on, man. Like, just let there be a competitive scene. It would literally be helpful because it's like it's people talking about your game and promoting your game for free, and all they're doing is playing it at a competitive level.
So wait, are there official tournaments for this game?
No,
I don't think
there's not.
The whole I think the whole Nintendo Smash controversy is like that's like an iceberg type of thing to where how deep you want to go.
It is, yeah.
And I'm at like I'm just at a surface level of Nintendo is shitty. Nintendo's a really good game developer, really shitty game company, and that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, that's a good summary.
So they're not willing to embrace the need or the demand for competitive play,
nope.
But at the same time, they want to ban any competition. Just for using copyrighted content as part of their promo material or whatever.
Correct. Because they don't like modding, and a lot of Smash games, Smash Melee stuff involves modding.
Modding of controllers, right?
Or it involves
just modding of the game. Because I don't remember what Smash circuit it was called, but there's like one that was shut down right near the beginning of COVID because it used a modified version of Melee that allowed internet connectivity.
Slippy. There's a thing for the Dolphin emulator called Slippy that'll let you basically turn Melee into an online game.
Wow.
And that's how a lot of people like practice and stuff. Like they'll do online tournaments and stuff.
That makes sense.
Which sure, they shut down that main one at the beginning of COVID, but other people have hosted tournaments using Slippy across the it's the worst. It's so dumb, and I am upset to see another small tournament get taken down, which this was for Smash Ultimate, but still it's ridiculous.
It kind of reminds me of what happened. I was talking before about the game ITG. So Konami decided at back in the mid 2000s they weren't going to make any DDR games anymore. They stopped at the 8th one and they said we're not making any more. And there was still so much demand for the game that a game company came out and made their own, and then made it so that people who operated arcades could buy upgrade kits for official DDR machines to install their software on it. And that was the thing that actually screwed them over and got them, successfully sued, I guess, by Konami. The fact that they allowed these upgrade kits.
Yeah, that sounds like it would do it.
But yeah, it's like Konami couldn't understand that there was still such demand for the game that people would rather make their own new game than try and force them to make another game, because they're just not going to do it.
Yeah. I why does it feel like companies are so blind?
Well, I mean,
it's the worst, man.
This might be kind of something that's lost in translation between, I guess, Japanese and Western culture. Because Konami didn't care, because all of the demand for this game was out of the Western culture. Like, there are ITG machines in Japan, like one of them, but but nobody cared about it at that point. It was kind of Western players that reinvigorated the DDR scene, because there are new DDR games now. There's 5 of them since.
Dang.
But yeah.
R.I.P. Rock Band.
Competitive gaming is dying, and it's because of the companies that run it.
Well,
Sag.
That is
I'm being overdramatic.
I feel like there's a lot of truth to that statement, and I feel like I could go down a rabbit hole of things that I see and stuff. But I think we should save that for another podcast episode. We're rounding the hour mark at the moment.
Woo!
So,
boys, we did it.
We did it, lads. End of the first episode. Muzio, where can people see you elsewhere besides this podcast?
You can find me on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Muzio, MUZI0H_. I'm going to get rid of that underscore soon, hopefully. And also you can find me on Twitter. I'm really active there. My @ is at It's Muzio. Same spelling as before, without the underscore. Noc, where can we find you, buddy?
I don't really use Twitter that much, but I do have one. It's NOCV. I do have a website, nocv.net. I think all my music kind of ends up there. You can get a link to my Discord there. And then Twitch, I do.
Noc is a music artist, and the two of us are streamers. Yeah. We should have mentioned this maybe an hour ago.
Yeah,
keep on rolling.
That would have been good context, huh?
But I do stream at least right now consistently every 2 weeks on every second Thursday. Next Thursday I won't have a stream, but the Thursday after.
Thirsty Thursdays.
That's right. I do stream a DJ set every now and then, and that is twitch.tv/NOCV. What about you, Cord?
Okay.
All right, so this is going to be really complicated, guys. You can find me on practically any platform: Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, even Reddit at cord_gamer. Your boy is there.
And look at this weirdo. He's got his branding all in line. Oh, what the? Easy.
And accessible. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of the Meme and Die podcast. I am one of your hosts, cord_gamer, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Laters.